futurist Patrick Shearn is imagining space travel here on Earth. For the past 6 years, Patrick and his company, Poetic Kinetics, have been creating interactive sculpture for music and cultural festivals all over the world, including Burning Man, EDC, and the Beijing Olympics. Patrick dreams big and creates on a galactic scale. And if you tell him he can't create a festival in outer space, he'll just bring a giant astronaut to your next party.
Good morning, Discovery. That song comes to you from your families. It's for the whole crew. They do want you back here in Texas. We're looking forward to seeing you back on planet Earth when your mission is complete. Good morning.
Good morning, Mike, and thanks to our families who have really supported us from the beginning of our being assigned all the way through this mission. We really appreciate them and really look forward to seeing them again.
If you just dream crazy big and go for it and get anywhere close to it, you're already deep swimming in gravy. I'm an artist living here at the brewery complex in Los Angeles. I do large-scale kinetic art. I have a company called Poetic Kinetics. Poetic Kinetics has developed this niche of combining heavy equipment with art. Heavy equipment is designed to do really crazy things on construction zones. In our case, we're taking that equipment and we're building art with it, and we're taking it into a festival environment. We started initially with a project for the Beijing Olympics. I'd done a bunch of sort of large-scale art at the Burning Man Festival. We built a giant snail last year for Coachella. We also did a giant mantis robot, and now we're building this big, crazy astronaut. If the astronaut was standing tall, it would be 65, 70 feet tall. It's too big. We've never done this before. I mean, we've done similar things or whatever, but we've never scaled up an astronaut. We've made big flowers, but what does a flower look like really? Or we've made a snail, which is sort of a known thing, but what is it really? Science has devoted so much attention and focus on what this suit really is that this is something that everybody's seen, so for us to kind of mishmash it up is not really gonna work. Inside of the astronaut is this forklift. We then had to figure out how do we attach it to the lift. And then we found a toy model that is a very accurate representation. And this one, we're able to play with this and figure it out and change the angles and put the CG model through the same parameters as the real lift. But we're chasing aerospace, you know, and pulling in technicians from a jet propulsion lab because they have this skill set and this cutting-edge technology experience.
Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running.
My mother was an artist, and she infused all of us kids with creativity is like breathing or eating, and it was constantly flowing around us. We were always creating, but it wasn't precious. It wasn't like, you know, this is who I am. This piece of art can be judged as me. It was just a process. I think there's a 3-inch gap with a piece of pencil rod that's going to float in there. So if we could just, like, remove this chunk and put this down there.
We can do that, yeah.
Our fabrication crew is top-notch. These guys are all artists of their own, making the best ideas and the best decisions, technically, artistically. They own this thing. It's not me. It's like we all built this thing, and there's a million decisions that I didn't do. We really want to push the envelope with how incredibly cool we can make this thing. So every detail that we can possibly squeeze in, we will squeeze in, and we will be doing the detail work until the morning the event opens, because every little bit will count.
In this kind of community, people come from different backgrounds, and they have amazing skills, all creative people, and good to go solving problems at a time. You can dream big. It can happen. It can totally happen.
We are just detailing this 1 inch at a time, fake stitches just for the sake of looking like scale stitches.
So on the arms, it's going to be about 500 feet of this, which doesn't include the legs and the belly and all that stuff, which those pieces are so big, they're actually building us a steel frame outside to do this work, but it's got to be done by a person in front and a person behind because the panels are so huge. This is just his wrist I'm doing right now. And I think it's 12 feet.
In the conversation about inspiring people to think a little bit and question a little bit deeper at every step, we were contemplating the bottom of the feet, the soles of the shoes, and there's, you know, a very, very famous photograph of the man's footprint in the moon dust. So we were thinking, like, what if that had a message? So we came up with a bunch of quotes. You can't blame gravity for falling in love, Albert Einstein. The other quote is Neil Armstrong, when he came back from the moon, said he didn't feel like a giant. He felt very, very small.
Neil Armstrong reporting the roll and pitch program, which puts Apollo 11 on a proper heading.
I think we're ferociously close to being done mechanically, which is incredible.
Yeah, it is pretty promising.
I love being done. So this is the hand mechanics going on. Inside of here is a articulated mechanical structure that is, each finger is actuated by a pull-pull, push-pull cable, and then it's all being run by radio control. I developed this finger mechanism when I was working on creature mechanics in film. So we're just testing now, and I just wanted to make sure that the fabric is not impeding the mechanics. The visor, which is this 8-foot diameter, clear plastic hemisphere, was sort of the most precious and valuable piece of the puzzle. We have an acrylic dome that will capture the crowd below and project it back into the surface of the visor as if it's a reflection. So we wanted to make it as interactive and sort of collaborative and fun out there as possible.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
Crazy truckload. We have 5 53-foot semis going to Coachella today. Because of the giant scale of what we're doing, we cannot test everything all the way along the way. We have one chance to do it right. Once we go to assemble it, it's the only time we got. We're gonna show up on the field and build this thing, and it's gotta be perfect. There's no opportunity to fix or recover out there. That's our game. That's what we do.
That's going to be a lot of Astronaut.
Houston, Apollo 11 inside and gave us a magnificent ride. Roger, 11, we'll pass that on, and it certainly looks like you're well on your way now.
We are here at Coachella on the field. The sky here is gorgeous, the lighting is gorgeous. Everything is so sort of dramatic and saturated and colorful here. It's pretty extraordinary. Once your mission is to break the skyline, then it gets pretty easy to go big. All the pieces and parts, they go together really well. Now they're covered in fabrics. It's a little more challenging. So now we're just assembling all the pieces and parts. The backpack's on, the side pieces are going on. We are going to start heading into the assembly of the helmet. We also have this box that you can stick your face into, and it will capture your face while you're looking at blinky lights, not really knowing what's going on. And then when you pull your head out, we'll ask you your name. In just a couple minutes, your face and your name will appear on the astronaut. Here we are inside the belly of the beast, sitting on top of the forklift now. Everything's skinned and everything's working. Up above me there is the helmet, the visor. You can see the shoulders, all the finger actuators. Everything's mounted and working. The shoulder operator has to work from within to see the clearances. They need to learn how to use the radios and sort of understand the sort of gestalt of the whole thing, how we operate, how we interact with the people, and then how we really, represent and stay responsible for the thing we're doing, which is inherently pretty insane and dangerous. Coachella has been phenomenal in supporting us. As an artist, Coachella is really the place to come. The notion of something falling off of the astronaut into the crowd is always a huge concern. We're just getting ready to roll. It's gonna be good.
It's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
To make something one of a kind that works and is beautiful and hits the mark, it's more than just because we're passionate about it. It's work and education and time and practice and building relationships and throwing yourself down. You're not going to wake up in the morning and know how to do all these things. I'm so incredibly proud of this team. It's really been phenomenal. I'm incredibly blessed and profoundly grateful for this opportunity to work with these people. Coachella was great. We rocked it out. We totally killed it. We have an expression, we're still winning, and I heard that somebody was screaming it from a megaphone. It's just sort of like inspired me, and if we can just do what we do and keep doing this, what we're doing, we're still winning.
This is Houston, F2, 1/160th seconds for shadow photography on the sequence camera.
For many of us, the past is history, the future is a mystery, and the present is a gift. But when you dream on the scale of Patrick Shearn and Daniel Simon, time becomes a blur. For these two artists, the future is now. They're helping design a world they eventually want to live in and share with all of us. Now that should be inspiring for everyone. I'll catch up with you sometime in the future. But until then, this is At Large, Creators at Work. Remember, art wins.